Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self and ultimately create the life that you deserve and desire. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. But I still have the tarot deck I'll be pulling from, the clarification deck, and the advice deck I will be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Libra. In your recent past, you have protection with the Eight of Wands in reverse. This Eight of Wands in reverse speaks of confusion, being a little bit, maybe just not understanding where you're headed, feeling a little lost. Even through that energy with this protection card, you were very protected here and continue to be. I feel like this overall energy, when I pulled it, it seems super vague. So I feel like we're going to have to get the majority of our messages through tarot, which is the way that it's supposed to be. So don't let me lose you if these messages seem kind of vague, because we are going to get deeper as we pull tarot. But in your current energy, you have take a breath with the moon in reverse. Right now, I feel like you're having to work through a lot of things. With this take a breath energy, it's almost like maybe, certain changes aren't happening, certain moves aren't being made, but it's not really a time to move or to make changes. It's more a time to kind of like work through. I mean, the moon in reverse is like working through fear, working through doubt, limiting beliefs, insecurity. And sometimes the universe puts us in a position of not having all of the answers so that we can work through our fear, doubt, insecurity associated with not having all of the answers. So that very much feels like what this is for you, especially because the overall energy for this reading is do the work. And then what this card says is, it's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So right now kind of like feels, when we talk about manifestation or co-creation or just building the life that you deserve, the majority of that really does happen within. It's about aligning our thoughts and our beliefs and our actions with what it is that we really desire, and kind of unlearning all of the ways that we've been taught that we're not good enough or not capable or that we can't have what it is that we desire. So when we're kind of in the midst of a manifestation process, a lot of it is kind of happening within you. And when it feels like things aren't happening, like progressing in your life, it's because you're being given the space to work through all of those things. And that definitely feels like where you're at right now. But then in your immediate future, you have higher power with the Nine of Pentacles here. So I definitely feel as if this is wish fulfillment and you're being supported in this wish fulfillment. Almost as if it's like what you desire is meant for you and nobody can stand in your way of this. So understanding that, the universe really does have your back here in this process. The universe always has your back, but specifically in this process. And the more that it feels like things aren't happening, the more you're kind of having to work through the reasons why you don't think that it never will. So sometimes it can be really frustrating because we can wonder why, we don't believe that we can have what it is that we deserve and desire. Like, why can't we be financially successful? Why can't we be in the relationship that we ultimately desire? And it's not that you can't, it's that there are reasons you believe that you can't. And those reasons are the reasons that you haven't been able to get to where you're trying to go. So when things aren't happening, we kind of are having to work through those. But okay, let's jump in. Let's get the story here. Let's start, Libra, by looking at your recent past protection with the Eight of Wands in reverse. What was Libra dealing with in their recent past? Four of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups. This is you, but it's not you. Three of Wands in reverse. Because obviously you're an air sign, but for some reason, yeah, this is you, but it's not you. It feels like there's this energy of trying to fit into places that required you to show up as someone that you weren't. Maybe it's a relationship, a career, just, it feels like spaces where you didn't belong. And that's why I feel you didn't experience the progress or the success that you were looking for, is because this Queen of Cups isn't you, but it's who you were presenting yourself as. You had to be this Queen of Cups to fit into these spaces, but these spaces weren't where you belonged. Interesting. Okay. Let's get a little bit more. Friendships, you know, it could be whatever the case is. And that's exhausting, you know, when we feel we have to show up as someone who we're not, or we have to hide parts of ourselves, or hold back, or whatever the case is. It's exhausting. We set past for Libra. High Priestess with the Ace of Swords in reverse here. See, this is another energy of being very supported by, like with the High Priestess here, like being very supported by your higher self, by the spiritual realm, but like not having any idea. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's almost like complete unawareness of that, which is why there's a lot of protection here, because something didn't work out. Something, maybe multiple things didn't work out. Things certainly didn't go your way here, and there's a part of you that's going, well, you know, why not? Why didn't these things work out? Or why didn't I deserve to have these things work out? Or why wasn't I good enough? Or whatever the case is. And though it's not that you were never deserving or not good enough, it's that those, whatever these situations where they didn't align with what it is that is actually like possible for you. So sometimes we hold on so much to what we think we want because we think it's as good as it can get. But the more we hold on to as good as it can get, to as good as we think it can get, the more we block ourselves from as good as it can really get. And so that's very much why I feel like certain experiences didn't work out here, is like you were being very protected from what couldn't be what you deserve. And what required you, or maybe continues to require you, to be someone you're not. Okay, set past for Libra. The Death in reverse. See, okay, so there's this energy of feeling like no matter what you did with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, no matter what you did, no matter how much energy you put into it, it was never enough. And then this Death in reverse energy is like, it's almost like what you didn't realize is this, whatever wasn't working out, it wasn't because you're not enough. It wasn't because you're not good enough. That never had anything to do with it. Like I said, and I feel like I just said that, but I'm hounding on that point because I feel like it's so important that you know that it's not that you're not good enough, not capable, not deserving. You are absolutely 100% all of those things, regardless of what how people have made you feel, or certain experiences have made you believe. But with this Death in reverse, it's almost like resisting change, trying to fit in where you don't belong, but trying so hard to make that work. Which is never gonna work. Now, there's usually fear associated with, change is hard, right? So there's always fear associated with why we kind of are, we plant our feet and we say this has to work, because if this doesn't work, then enter worst case scenario. But yeah, it seems like there's this energy of really giving something, everything you have, and just like not seeing any kind of results, or certainly not the ones that you deserve. But it's because it didn't align with you. It required you to be someone you're not. Okay, so what does Libra need to know about their current energy? Because you have take a breath with the moon in reverse. Current energy for Libra. One more. Current energy for Libra. So there it is, the Eight of Wands in reverse. Oh my gosh. And then there's the moon in reverse, which we're obviously dealing with here. So there's something that you're stuck on that's been holding you back. And you're stuck on it because maybe you think it has to work out, because if it doesn't work out, you think that nothing better is ever going to come along, or that, I don't know, sometimes when we put so much energy and effort into something, we think like things have to go this way because I've wasted all my time. But it's something that you're stuck on that's blocking you. And the reason it's not working out is because, well, the universe won't let us settle where we're not meant to settle. The universe won't let us have what we desire if we're not doing what we deserve. And so yeah, it's almost like certain whatever has taken place is requiring you to work through the fear associated with why you weren't making changes in the first place. So, here's an example. We are working this job that we absolutely hate because we think that we have to do that in order to have the financial abundance that we need. But you work your booty off in this job, and it never provides you with the financial stability that you deserve. Now, the fear is that you're never going to have the financial stability that you deserve. And the more that you try, to pursue this path and it doesn't work out, the more you feel like you're proving that you're not going to have the financial stability that you deserve. When in reality, what you're investing in is what's blocking you. Same kind of thing can go with a relationship. We try to pursue a relationship and make it become what it is that we deserve because we fear we're never going to have what we deserve. Because we think if that doesn't work, if this relationship doesn't work, we're never going to have what we deserve. When in reality, what we deserve might even be on the other side of choosing ourselves in that relationship. So I'm not saying either of those things are exactly what you're dealing with. Those are just examples. But there's something that you're stuck on, because this is literally stuck on what doesn't serve you. Something that you're stuck on here that is actually blocking you from what it is that you want. I mean, ultimately, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is wish fulfillment. This is what you ultimately want. So you're searching for what you ultimately want through something that's not possible or capable of becoming what it is that you want. So it's not that you can't have what you want. It's that you're going about it the wrong way. Okay, current energy for Libra. Because again, something doesn't align with you. It doesn't align with who you are. It doesn't align with your soul here. And you know that. I believe you know that. Current energy for Libra. But change is really scary. It's really freaking scary. And I don't blame anybody who, doesn't want to make certain changes. Current energy for Libra. What Libra needs to know about their current energy. There you are. You're dealing with a lot of anxiety right now. A lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, which is keeping you. So here's the thing. Here's what's hard about this is, say you're working this job that you absolutely hate so that you can have financial stability. This still doesn't provide you with financial stability, so you're anxious about financial stability. So there's a very small chance that you're already afraid you're not going to have what it is, that you're going to make changes, right? That you're going to maybe leave that job behind or look for something else because you're you know, you're going to do what is currently within your control, which is work harder at what you can control. Same thing goes for relationships. You're afraid if this relationship doesn't work, that you're not going to have what it is that you need and desire. So you're already anxious about that. You're anxious about, you know, maybe it's, I'm afraid to be alone forever. I'm afraid that it's never going to be my turn. I'm never going to be loved in the way that I deserve. So you work overtime at this connection. You overgive and you extend yourself to the max to try to make it into what it is that you deserve. It's not becoming what it is that you deserve, which makes you more anxious that you're not going to have what it is that you desire and deserve, which is going to keep you from taking action away from it, you know, from choosing yourself. And so I get it. But sometimes when things aren't working out, it's because the universe is trying to get us to see that that route isn't possible to be becoming what it is that we deserve. That's why this says it's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. You have this Ace of Wands in reverse with this Page of Cups in reverse here. This is, you know, not listening to divine guidance. Ace of Wands in reverse is not taking action. So there might be certain action that's required, but you're already dealing with anxiety. So of course, it's going to be hard to take that action. I hope that's making sense. So kind of addressing the fear is necessary first so that you can take certain action. Current energy for Libra. What does Libra need to know about their current energy? Negative expectations. See, there's this energy of negative expectations about your future. So why would you take a risk in believing that you can attain more, that you can have more, that you can experience better when you have negative expectations about your future if things don't play out exactly like you think that they should? So in your mind, you must be within the control of the outcome, because if you're not, the universe doesn't have your back and things are going to be bad. Negative expectations are a killer, and trust me, as someone who suffers from generalized anxiety disorder, it's really easy to get caught up in, you know, trying to worry about worst case scenarios. But if there's anything that I've learned, first of all, it's that the majority of things we worry about never happen. And second of all, worrying about something, about an outcome, about a situation, that's not going to change the result. So you're wasting your energy worrying about it. Now, of course, it doesn't help you. You don't just stop worrying when you realize those things. But I just feel like there's this energy of being so worried that you're not going to get to where you're wanting to go that you're almost not even taking action toward it. Don't get mad at me for saying that. Because again, you have to do the work. So there's something needed from you to get what you desire. You feel like you're maybe waiting on the universe here. The universe is waiting on you. I don't know what this action is. Maybe you do. Could be walking away from something towards something else. It could be starting something else. Changing habits, changing behavior. I don't know. Could be anything. But you are very protected. You're very guided. Like, the universe has got you. But you've got you too. You know, it's a co-creation process. If we just wait for the universe to do everything for us, it's not going to work. If we try to do everything ourselves, it's not going to work. So we have to be willing to take steps in faith that the universe has our back. It's like being in a partnership with someone that you trust more than anything in the world. Anyone else in the world. You say, I know that if I take steps, like, you have me. But when we lack that belief, then we're going to try to do everything ourselves. Or we're going to wait for the universe to do everything for us. But there has to be a partnership here. All right, immediate future for Libra. Higher power with the 9 of Pentacles. What does Libra need to expect? Or what can Libra expect should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? So take this action, some sort of action. But again, as I said in the beginning of the reading, this isn't necessarily a time to take action. I feel like you're having to work through a lot of fear regarding taking an action, so that you take an action. Something. All right. can Libra expect in their immediate future? Should they choose to move forward? Whoa, 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 whoa. What you deserve is on the other side of your fear. That's what you need to know. What you deserve here with the Lovers is on the other side of the fear, of the moon, which you're kind of working through this moon right now. You know, when we have a fear of failure or a fear of loss or, you know, whatever the case is, we're not even going to try. It's so natural. It's ingrained in every single one of us because we would rather choose to avoid a fear than choose to believe that in a best case scenario, right? We choose to avoid worst case scenario over believing in a best case scenario. It's your ego's way of maintaining control. And your ego is not to be demonized. We all have one. And the primary purpose of it is to keep you alive. And so what it will do is it will actually keep you in places where you don't belong or you're not happy or you're not fulfilled because it actually prefers that since it is very predictable. It's very within its control. So it says, I actually prefer being here even though I'm not happy because I know how things are going to play out. I might be disappointed. I might be, you know, hurting, but at least I know what that feels like and I know I can overcome it. The unknown is so scary and I would rather avoid the fear associated with that unknown. You know, we really do. We make decisions from two different places. We either make a decision from a place of avoiding a fear or we make a decision from a place of faith and belief that the universe or a higher power or something bigger than us has our back and is supporting us and protecting us. And your life is going to be accumulation of whatever one of those decisions you make more of. If you make more decisions from a place of avoiding a fear, you're going to be actually living a life of allowing your fear to control you. If you make more decisions from a place of having faith and believing that the universe has your back, you will eventually see the payoff of that. So the universe is saying you can have what it is that you want and desire, but what you deserve, what you're looking for, is on the other side of the fear. What does Libra need to know about their immediate future? Ooh. Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, okay, hang on. Emperor and the Devil. When we're attached to a certain outcome, when we're attached to things going a certain way, we completely miss out on what we should be doing. I think people forget, and it's the big reason for this is because of the way that it's presented. But manifestation is not a one-time event. You don't wake up one day with everything you've ever wanted. The universe doesn't just like give you a lottery ticket that wins and then all of a sudden you're, you know, sure, some people get lucky here and there, but actually it's like over 70% of people who win the lottery end up in a worse position after the fact. Because if you woke up tomorrow with everything you've ever wanted without working through the fear, doubt, and insecurity associated with it, you would sabotage it away in a heartbeat. So if you're not working through fear, you're not, you know, the more you work through fear, the closer you're kind of getting to what it is that you desire. But anyway, what I'm getting at with all of this is that we have to learn to kind of let go of what we think we need and let go of how we think things have to play out and learn to invest from that place of faith in the little moments, because it's not a one-time event. It's taking divinely guided action. It's being willing to take risks and being willing to open ourselves up to the idea that we can achieve more for ourselves. And it's obvious that, you know, you're not happy with where you're at and you want to be somewhere else, right? So what can you do? What's within your power that can get you there? Because when you're investing from a place of believing the universe has your back, you can literally do anything. Like, you can become you can have a career as an online tarot reader if you want, trust me. I know. No, but seriously, you know, so much of the time we dream and we pray, we make vision boards and we ask for guidance, but then we don't listen to any of it. We don't take guidance. We don't, you know, make changes when in reality, the universe isn't waiting on you, you're not waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting on you here. Now, don't think that you're going to be too late. I think we have this idea like, oh, what if I don't make the right move at the right time? Like, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. You know, if you don't have all the answers right now, that's okay. Right now is a time for you to work through a lot of this fear, work through a lot of this anxiety associated with where you're going. But no matter where you're at right now, the universe does have your back. And yes, there are certain changes that you're needing to make and certain actions that you're needing to take. As long as you're open to doing that, you know, and open to kind of the guidance associated with that, then you're going to get to where you're trying to go. There's no question about this being possible. There's just a question about whether or not you believe that and therefore take the action to create it. All right, one more. Immediate future for Libra. This is for Libra's immediate future. There's the action. And there you are as the King of Swords. And there's the Empress. I mean, this is you taking action. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. I feel like, you know, our feminine energy is more kind of like our energy of receiving. Our masculine energy is more the energy we put out. That's a super incredibly basic explanation of feminine versus masculine energies, but we all have them. And so this is kind of like you know, the action that's necessary, the showing up for yourself and for your life in a way that you are deserving of. You know, if we spend our life waiting on other people to show up for us or the universe to show up for us, we will be waiting for forever. So this is about figuring out how can you show up for you here, Libra, because there's you know, certain things you haven't been able to receive. It's not because you can't have those. It's because you've been trying to kind of force them into existence by being someone you're not, or changing who you think you need to be because you don't think you'll be accepted and loved for who you really are, which is a trauma response, right? It's not your fault. It's not like you're doing anything wrong, but becoming aware of how we're doing that, and the reasons why we're doing that, and figuring out, you know, what part of you you're trying to protect and all of that. That's the only way we can make changes. I mean, that's doing the work right there. So this is about taking certain action, and that action is going to lead to what it is you're wanting. But yeah, right now you're working through a lot of fear associated with this action, with kind of making change. All right, I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to focus on what can you do right now to ensure you move forward in alignment with your higher self. But first, I have an announcement to make. I posted this video a couple of weeks ago on my channel, but I'm going to be talking about this at the end of every single reading that I do over the next month. I am putting on a workshop on April 5th at 6 p.m. Central Time on how to attract the love that you desire and deserve. It is not going to be over YouTube. It is over Zoom. The tickets are required in order to receive access to that event. The purpose of this is basically just you know, how to attract your people in romantic form and in friendship form, just how to attract your people and how to sustain those relationships. There will be a Q&A session at the end of that for about 15 to 20 minutes. If you cannot make the live event, I will be sending out a recording of the event to everybody who attended the next day. However, if obviously you're not at the live event, you won't be able to participate in the Q&A, but you'll still receive the recording of it. So you'll still kind of hear other people's questions and the answers associated with that. All of the information for that is at the top of the description box below. And then right underneath that is the information for the extended. So thank you so much, Libra, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Libra, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Libra.